For years, Norman Charlemagne, affectionately known as Charlie, was behind the camera capturing some of Saint Lucia's most important moments. From parliamentary proceedings and national ceremonies to official events, his work helped preserve images that now form part of the island's visual record. Charlie played an important role in building the Government Information Service's collection of historic video footage, creating an archive that continues to reflect Saint Lucia's journey over the years. His time working with Parliament also highlighted his dedication to documenting the nation's affairs. Former GIS employee Glenn Simon remembers Charlie not only as a talented camera operator, but also as a skilled technician, mentor, and a valuable resource for journalists and media professionals seeking historic footage.
Mr. Charlemagne and I worked very closely together. Actually, when I joined the GIS, Norman Charlemagne was already retired, but however, he spent many years in a second stint with the GIS. I think he had more than 2 stints of retirement. And Norman was a prolific technical person, a prolific cameraman. He actually recorded a lot of the Saint Lucia's history long before Saint Lucia's independence. Norman was, documenting, and he trained many technicians. Persons like myself learned under him as well in terms of some of the techniques that he did in terms of repairing of cables, in terms of how you frame a shot, the camera work, and the value of archiving footage. This is where Norman really shined.
Although his work was mostly behind the camera, Glenn Simon says Charlie's impact reached far beyond the images he recorded. He described him as a dependable colleague whose professionalism and attention to detail inspired those who worked alongside him. Simon said Charlie believed every recording had lasting value. Rather than treating footage as something to be used once and forgotten, he carefully labeled, preserved, and organized each recording, knowing it could one day help tell Saint Lucia's story. That same level of care extended to his equipment. Simon recalled one assignment where Charlie slipped while making his way across rough terrain. Yet, even as he fell down the hillside, his first instinct was to protect the camera he was carrying.
During one of the disaster in Saint Lucia, and I think he was with one of the ministers, John Compton or one of them, and they were going to look at what happened, what transpired. And while observing and moving around, he slipped and he was falling down some hill. And Charlie says, the instinct of a cameraman is to protect his camera. And while he was sliding, his hand was raised with the camera above it. He got dizzy, but the camera never touched the ground. And for me, that was an example of what Charlie always preached to us. You have to come back with the footage and protect your equipment.
Away from the camera, Charlie is remembered as someone who brought warmth and laughter to the workplace. Colleagues say he was always ready to lend a hand, especially when a technical problem needed solving. Glenn Simon believes Charlie's legacy reaches far beyond those who had the privilege of working with him. He says every piece of archived footage reflects the dedication of the people behind the camera, whose work has helped preserve Saint Lucia's history, even though their names were rarely seen by the public.
Without our history, without our past, we do not understand where we're going. And Charlie has captured several key developments in Saint Lucia that now we appreciate, and sometimes we take it for granted. He captured elements of us raising our national flag for the first time, and seeing all the royalty that came through the country, and seeing some of the way that Saint Lucia was, even before the catastrophe, not before the fire, I think, Charlie was capturing moments. And Charlie has captured so many different things that are nostalgic, that are memorable, and I hope we could also understand that by capturing those moments, we are telling a story, and we are making it live on for persons that aren't even present at this time.
Norman Charlie Charlemagne spent much of his career making sure the stories of others would not be lost. Now, through the footage he captured, the professionals he guided, and the archives he helped preserve, his own contribution remains firmly within Saint Lucia's history. Family, friends, and members of the media fraternity are expected to pay their final respects when his funeral is held on August 6th at the Catholic Church in La Clary from 2 p.m. I'm Christabel Obi reporting for Hot 7 TV News.